Leaks are something that almost every franchise deals with, whether they are up and coming or as huge as the Arkham series and Insomniac Spider-Man. In some cases, these leaks are minuscule and harmless at best, but in the case of Rocksteady, the creators of Suicide Squad and the Arkham series, fake leaks have managed to completely destroy their reputation and relationship with their supporters. If you want to know how one leak killed the Arkham series and how our favorite game series will be reborn into something more, stay until the end. So how did all this happen? Let's start from the beginning. The Suicide Squad game was originally announced in August 2020 and was set to be released in 2022, but had been delayed multiple times due to, you guessed it, leaks. Now at this point in time, a Suicide Squad game was definitely not the game we fans of the Arkham series had been waiting 5 years to get. We wanted another Arkham game, Arkham Beyond or Arkham Legacy, but it was fine as long as our favorite developer Rocksteady was working on it. They had already made 3 amazing games that were a part of all of our childhoods, and for some fans introduced them to the best person to ever voice the character, Kevin Conroy. He portrayed Batman so well that I hear his voice whenever I read comics. But then the leakers attacked. It all started with little leaks of the alleged plot. People were initially upset because they felt as if the plot was just lazy writing, having details such as the Flash pulling a flashpoint type situation. Okay, it's lazy and had bad writing. That's subjective though. And some people had the actual gameplay experience above storytelling on their list of priorities when it came to playing this game. Besides, who's to say that these leaks were even true? But this was only the beginning. Soon after, more leaks started coming in, this time leaking the game's UI. And again, fans were upset, but a better word would be furious, because the UI featured a battle pass and skins. Mind you, these leaks are happening after the release of another well-hated superhero game, Avengers, that featured a battle pass and play-to-win-like features. This already left a bad taste in our mouths, and out of context, it was very shocking coming from a game developed by Rocksteady. But what most people didn't realize is that it wasn't exactly the workers within Rocksteady making these decisions. It was the bigwigs at WB calling the shots, and they made it very clear that they wanted their games to make money even after the first purchase. They wanted to make a game that kept people coming back, like Destiny or Fortnite. And for us fans of the franchise, this was a big ask for a game that nobody asked for in the first place. And then after some backlash, they replied saying that the backlash was going to be strictly cosmetic, and this calmed down some of the community, but not for long. Because then there had been another leak, but this time it was more serious. There was a leaked audio of Harley Quinn talking to Batman before seemingly shooting him in the head. At first we all assumed that Batman was dead. It seemed so clear. I mean, that's what the audio and the image insinuated, right? Wrong. And I'm about to tell you why in a second. But just understand that fans were mad. Not because their favorite character had died, but because they kind of made him go out like a wimp. This was our childhood, for crying out loud, and we at least hoped Batman would go out in a heroic way. But then something happened that everyone least expected. The leaker himself came out and said that he had posted that leak out of context, and upon further digging, he realized that his findings were nothing more than misinformation and out of context. He then apologized and teased at recent findings about a post-game story. He claimed that it was a simple mistake, but in my opinion, he flat out lied or purposely framed these leaks to cause outrage in the community. And let's be honest, bro, no one cares about your new findings because you have proven to be an unreliable source. And although he apologized, the damage had already been done. The fans were so outraged and disheartened by these leaks that some of these guys actually sent death threats to the devs. And it's crazy because even some big YouTubers were on the side of this lying leaker and claiming that the devs don't actually care about the fans, and making points like, if the leaks aren't true, then why take the leaks down? Come on, let's use our heads for a second. If someone were going around giving people misinformation on your product you've worked on for years, what would you do? Are you going to say, no, it's okay because it's not true? No, big stupid. You're going to have it taken down because it will hurt your ability to get your art or your product to the people who will love it. Here's another common example. If someone was going around spreading misinformation about you, saying things like, you're a thief, a liar, a slacker, would you let this ruin your reputation? Would you let these lies ruin your potential for opportunity? I know I'd want to put an end to that, whether it's through legal action or just confronting the people spreading the lies. Bro, people have lost jobs over rumors and lies. You mean to tell me a big company is not going to take down misinformation about their product? Come on now. And for my second point, how can you sit up here and disrespect the devs like that? I think a lot of these people who are hating on the devs have never actually worked a real job. Most jobs or businesses have a hierarchy of power. You have the big wigs at the top who make all the big decisions and give orders, and then below them you have the presidents of the company, then your supervisors, and then you have the grunts, the guys actually doing the work. Think of the shape of a pyramid. Most people are grunts and are just following orders. These people are literally being horrible to the people who don't even make the decisions. Personally, I can't respect a person like that. These people are literally just trying to feed their families. Come on, bro. But it's not all bad, because if I remember correctly, it was a few days before this major leak dropped that the CEO of DC Studios, James Gunn, responded to a tweet asking if Suicide Squad was going to be the last Arkham game. And he responded with, "No plans of it being the last." This tells me that whether this game exceeds everyone's expectations or just flops, at least it won't be our last game with Batman. Besides all the leaks and backlash this game got, I still believe it can be the catalyst for something amazing. Remember all of those Easter eggs about the Justice League and the Arkham games? This could be the beginning of a Superman, Flash, or even Arkham Beyond game. So that's even more reason to stay positive about this game. And finally, consider subscribing if you enjoy content based around our favorite superheroes.